Take a good long look, because you're not going to see this anymore. Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We are unboxing the LEMFO LEM7 today. Flashback, you say? Already been there, done that? Already seen this great watch? Well, yes you have, and no you haven't. It's been redone, you see. Here is the magical little dock that doesn't have the mega battery built into it that finally came out in answer to the fact that the only way you could charge your watch was to slap it on this thing. Well, it's all changed and it's in this box here. So let's dig into it. The LEMFO LEM7. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, there's no tab on this one. Excuse me. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Yeah, it really is embarrassing because I don't pull the plastic thing out. I think I pull the bottom off like this. Okay. And you guys wonder why I do this live, huh? I could have totally skipped that. Anyway, we are here. We took the cover off of the LEM7 and don't look. Okay, I got also, it's really pretty red though, isn't it? I got all these little, wow, talk about packaging. Okay, this is wild how they've put this together. We've got a TPU band on this version of the LEM7, and it's out. All right, before we go any further, I gotta tell you about this thing. From Banggood! Yay, Banggood! This is the updated LEMFO LEM7. They didn't change the name. There's no real way you can tell. But it's in stock now, and all the old inventory, as far as I know, is gone, and this new one is what you're going to get. So, you don't get that charging brick thing anymore, as you'll see as we go deeper into the box. But you get some other goodies that you're going to see on this watch. So check the show notes for a buying link to pick up this watch if you're interested. And in terms of what it's got inside of it, it's 1 gigabyte, 16 gigabyte, 4G. Is the 4G working? We don't know. We're going to be doing a whole 4G review later on of all these different watches, testing it out with AT&T Sims and maybe even T-Mobile. In the meantime, it's your standard 1.39 inch, 400 by 400, 2 megapixel camera, 580 milliamp hour battery, all these different languages. Page 2. Can do the phone calls and all that kind of stuff in standalone mode. It's not going to be doing Bluetooth calling. It doesn't support that. As we all know, only Android 5.1 watches support the Bluetooth calling. The higher ones, 6, 7, 7.1.1, they don't support it. So it'll be using a SIM card to do any calling that you want with it. And there you go. All right, inside the box comes the charging dock. And it's this flat little nice dock. And one wonders, don't they? Are you one? Are you one that wonders? Are they identical? Yes, they are. Cool. Okay. Does that mean then that the bottom of the watch is identical to the original? Here's the new one. Here's the original. Sure looks like it, doesn't it? Cool. Does that mean if you're one of the lucky few that bought an LEM7 and you have this little charging thing, can the new one slap right on it and charge it up, and will it work? Yes, it will. But this isn't shipped anymore. It's been discontinued. All you get is the little dock and the special charging cable that plugs into the dock. It's your standard micro USB. See it in there? And you have the little hookup right there. So, and of course, you can use your phone one if you want to hook up to the dock. Yeah, you can definitely get an extra one of the small ones. But I haven't seen a listing for getting this yet. So, collector's item? Might be. See if you can find out on eBay. You also get an operations guide to get you started on this. And in Chinese. Okay. And the manual which I'm pretty sure is identical. It's in Chinese on this side, and then it gets into English here. So, user manual for the LEM7. The subtle differences, besides the big overt one of how it's shipping now, the subtle differences are inside the watch. So I'll talk about that while you read this. It turns out that they've updated the processor inside of it. And in doing that, that opens up the ability to do the famous always time display mode. And I think you've seen that if you've watched other reviews here. That's the ability for the watch to have a little black and white analog watch face displaying when it otherwise would be off. You know how standard smartwatch, Android smartwatch, when it's off, it's black, and then you twist your wrist and you can see the dial? Well, this new ambient mode, okay, now we're into a different language. This new ambient mode capability that's built in with the new processor allows you to have a different screen on there. So let's turn it on and check that feature out. I'll clear everything first. Let's boot up both the old one and the new one and check them out. Logos look pretty much the same so far. This one's in silver, obviously, and while they're booting up, I'll give you a look at these. The new one is, of course, available in silver as well. And it's a nice, striking design. Definitely highlights the watch. Got the audio sound to it. As we mentioned before, we've got the heart rate diode, the charging pins, the snap-off cover for the not micro SD, the SIM card, right? The nano SIM card. You have one button, camera and microphone on that one. And same thing here, one button, with it's colored, nice, red, camera and microphone there, and nothing over there, and the bottom of this one is exactly the same as well. So, we are up and running, and we have a watch face on both of them. This is an actual regular watch face on the old one. As you can see, you've got all these different choices, right? Let's just pick a different one. And we have a watch face on this one, which is this custom-made one that the Collins family did. Tim and his son Pierce made these because they match up with the ambient mode choices as well. And I got a bunch of these all installed in here too. So I'm going to take that one that we were on, and I want to show you when we turn that off, and we turn that off. Notice that this one goes into that dim time. It's really soft on this particular watch. It's not showing up on the old LEM7. And that's so far the biggest difference that I've seen between the two watches. When you're in here and you swipe down, you're getting your standard information. All of this is the same. Nothing has changed. Music. And then one more is weather, and you get into your weather capability on the watches as well. When you swipe up, you get into your step count. That's all the same. Yeah. And when you swipe to the left, notifications. To the right is your app drawer. And one more are your exercise things. Now, one of the other things that we're looking for to see how they've changed is the integration of the fitness to GPS. The original didn't have that integration. When you look down here at your targets, you have target duration, target distance, and target calories. Now, when you have set your target distance, for example, and if it integrates with GPS, it's going to give you your distance from GPS. I think we have to be back in the go mode. Let's check this out. Now, the old one, when I press go, it comes into here, and you notice that it didn't talk about GPS, and the location icon is not flashing. It's steady. That means that it's going to get its distance from step count, only from walking. This one, what's it going to do? Same thing. Okay, so there has not been an update to the new watch to incorporate integration of GPS with your walking or running. If it were, that would be flashing right now, and it would tell you that it's trying to acquire GPS. Let's go through the apps then real quick. We've done a complete review on this watch, so everything you see that matches, you can see the detailed review on the original LEM7. We've got contacts, phone, and messaging. That's standard. We have settings. We will look a little bit in that. We got a basic browser and your downloads button. Those are the same. Calendar and clock are all the same. The camera's 2 megapixel on both of them, and the galleries where you see those pictures. Your music player, sound recorder are the same, and your file managers where you see your different files. The heart rate monitor is exactly what it sounds like, and that hasn't changed. Fitness is exactly the same as when we slide over and see the fitness on the side, except that gives you color pictures. Look at the full review on on this watch if you want to see that. Weather's where you update your weather information, and voice search and Play Store are in here. Maps is the same. Assistant is where you tie this thing to the WII Watch 2 app, tethering app on your phone. Operations guide is an overview text guide of how to use this. And then translator is the special translator that's built in, which you can download to other watches as well, because it's available in the Google Play Store. Other than that, now I'm going into my custom ones that I put in for testing here, and something new in the updated version of the LEM7 is this App Store. Then I go into my custom ones that I put in as well. So what's this about? When you go into the App Store, it gives you the opportunity to download some social media apps and basically YouTube and these things here without needing to log into Google to do it. So if you don't have a Google account, but you still want to do Facebook and Twitter and WhatsApp, you can now download those right from the App Store once you're connected to Wi-Fi in the LEM7. You're seeing that showing up on several of the other LEMFO watches. It wasn't originally in this one. And that's all the differences, folks. When you're in the settings on both of these, sound is the same, but when we go into display in the settings, here's where you see that difference. This is the always time display. If you turn it off, it's going to function just like this one, and you will not get that ambient display. It's great for if you're going to sleep with the watch or go to the movies or something. You can turn it off and not have anything glowing. But you turn that on, and it will illuminate the watch when you turn it off. Now, a quick word about the ambient display on all of these watches, because you're starting to see it on most every Android 7.1.1. Notice the time, and then when you look at what the actual time is, see the actual time is a little bit further ahead than the ambient time mode tends to be. It'll catch up with it when you reset it, but it can lag from 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I've gotten it as much as 7 minutes behind the actual time. So just when you get this watch, if you use the ambient time to glance, just remember that you may be up to, say, 5 minutes behind on the actual time. So if you got to be somewhere like now, click it so that you can see what the real time is. But if you're just getting a casual look for the time and you want it always on, it's a good guide in general. Okay. That's everything I wanted to tell you about it. It's called the LEM7. No name change from the original. It comes with a simple charging dock, not the charging brick. It's just got the little updates I told you about, and you can pick it up right now through Banggood. Check the show notes for a link. And picking it up from those guys helps us to get more watches, and especially updated watches like this. There was really no reason for them to send it out, since I already reviewed it. So I really appreciate them doing that. It helps us out to see what changes are happening that normally we wouldn't get to report about. All right, we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.